And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And tonight, we bring you our final matchup of the week. It is your Miami University Redhawks taking on Ball State. And what a match today. I am Aaron, joined by my co-caster, Ethan. How are we doing today, Ethan?
I'm doing great. I am excited for tonight. It's Battle of the Birds. It is another must-win game for Miami, and it's going to be a rough one.
This one is definitely going to be a lot more tough because you're going up against 4-1 Ball State. Ball State's constantly a threat in the ESC. Their only loss right now is to a 4-0 Eastern Michigan team. They've taken wins over Kent, Buffalo, BGSU, and Ohio University. So this is a stacked roster that has proven themselves time and time again against our 1-3 Redhawks that took their first win on Tuesday against 0-5 now, 0-5 now, Western Michigan. Lots to talk about from that game. Let's get into it. What are your thoughts coming in from that game on Tuesday?
Well, for starters, obviously map 1, we looked amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Complete domination. Now map 2, ooh, man, it was a little rough with that quadruple overtime.
Yeah.
And then map 3, it was a little rough at the beginning, but brought it back on the attack.
Yeah.
Now, when you're coming in today, you have to carry that momentum.
Mm-hmm.
You know, morale should be a little bit high right now. You know, you're coming off your first win, and that's what it's going to take. It's just make sure to stay composed and know, you know, what you're doing today. You know, you got to win. So what are your thoughts?
You have to slam the door when you win that first map. You really should not be taking it to a map 3 ever. When you get that first map win, you got to go into the second map and slam the door shut. They could have done that against Western Michigan, but they didn't. And it was just really unfortunate that it went to quintuple overtime, and then we went to a 13-11 map 3. So it's a grueling three-map series. You just have to minimize that for the mental, for the exhaustion. You gotta get to that map 2 if you win map 1 here, and you gotta slam the door. Also, you have to be less predictable. We saw last time so many flanks, or not enough flanks actually. We saw really no flanks coming from them, and all they had to do was just kind of look CT and just kind of keep their guns there. There was no really pressure anywhere else. They got to be unpredictable. They have to utilize the flank on any map they do and create pressure from all sides.
Right, and looking at Ball State today, they are big on breeze. So depending on what the maps look like for today, we don't know yet, obviously. But breeze was their biggest map. Now, from what I've seen, the best way to beat this team will be unpredictable.
Yes.
Right? Like you said, this is what it's going to take. I've seen a little bit of how Ball State plays. Sometimes they like to peek random angles, take some stupid gunfights. But it's going to come down to taking advantage to that.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what it's going to take today. I believe the Redhawks can pull this out. Like I said, though, it is going to be tough. But anything can happen in VALORANT. So we'll see what they can do today.
So right now they're currently doing map picks as we speak right now. So we're actually going to head to some Valdol and test our VALORANT knowledge.
Oh boy.
And we'll see how good we are because last time we were all right. I'll let you pick the agent here. This is guess the agent.
We're going to go with Gecko.
Okay, yep. I like it. Let's say Gecko here.
Now.
Oh, okay. Do Clove. Let's do Clove. Let's see here. Okay, so either Duelist or Sentinel.
Okay. Reyna.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, Reyna.
Oh, all right.
Oh, nice. Okay, bonus pixel agent. Oh, that's Harbor. That's Harbor.
I see it. Got a little blue pixel there.
The blue and the green.
Damn.
Yep.
Nice.
Bang.
All right.
All right, guess the map.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's Fracture and that's Satellite. That's Fracture.
Yeah, okay.
That's Fracture and Satellite. A dish on top.
Yep. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, boy,
Guess they're. I never really like these because sometimes Sometimes it's not as good, but it looks like we might have a clip here. We have the comms.
Really slow playing here. What?
See what I'm saying? There was nothing. W clip, I guess.
Silver? I don't know. Like what?
Let's just start plat. Like we literally have nothing to go off on. Silver. We literally have nothing to go on. Oh my god. Okay.
It's just sitting there. Okay.
Oh, I have no idea. Tejo? Do Tejo.
Yeah. Let's see.
If our production wants to help us out here. Tejo. T-E. Should be there. There you go. No.
Oh, why is that?
That's like a
kind of looks like
an animal ear.
A little bit.
Sky?
Try it. Let's go Sky.
Could like who else? Fade also.
Oh, it's the clove.
Oh, it's the clove.
Yeah.
It's clove.
I don't know what that's called. I kind of forget.
It's the decay thing.
Yeah.
Yep. It's not pick me up. It's not dead.
It's metal, I think.
Try metal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Guess the weapon.
Oh, what the heck?
I have no idea.
The nano break, maybe? I don't know. I can't.
Okay, it's not Reaver. It's not Neptune. It's not Prism. It's not Smite.
Not Altitude.
Not Altitude.
I think it might be Nano Break.
Yeah, try Nano Break. Top left. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Nope.
No.
Schema? Middle right. Schema. Yeah. No. I've never seen this Odin in my life.
Nitro, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, shoot Nitro, or it could be Comet also. It's like I'm trying to see what is up here.
Yeah. No, that's not it.
Nope.
Okay. I don't know much about Odin skins.
Neither do I. Especially like one that's not main brand.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Comet? No. Oh,
okay.
no. Why don't we let our producer take a shot at this? Let's see what he thinks.
What does he think?
What does our producer think on this one? No. Doom? No, there's no way. Top Tech? Topo Tech?
That's the only...
Fourth one down on the right.
What the heck?
I have no idea.
Sensation. I don't know.
We are struggling here. Yeah, I guess sensation.
What the heck?
Tacti play?
Yeah, that's
like
my last guess.
That's
literally, that's all like. There's no way it's it.
What?
What?
Okay, thanks production. Thanks production. Okay. That might be Gecko, no?
I think it's Rays.
Rays? Maybe.
It said something about fireworks in there.
And oh, wait. Yeah, go Rays. Go Rays.
Yeah.
Nice. Good picks. And we finally have our map picks here.
Great.
Miami picked Corrode. Obviously, you go 13 and 2. and Ball State picks attack on that. So you're defending first, which is what Miami wants there.
Yep.
Then you have Ball State picking split. This is their first time playing split at all this season.
Okay.
And Miami picks defense on that. And our decider is going to be Abyss again. Miami picking defense. That is a really interesting slate. We've seen Corrode and we've seen Abyss. They won both of those. We have not seen split at all. That could be a very interesting pick. That could swing either way. But I don't know, since they really haven't played it in ESC. I don't know what they're going to do. It's really a wild card factor here, and it could go either way. They have the ability that no one's really seen what their split is, but you also have, you haven't played split, and you haven't practiced split. So it's going to be very, like, we'll see what happens here. But I do think they banned, Miami did ban bind. They're not touching that. They are not touching anywhere near that.
A good thing. Miami also banned Breeze, which is good because
Ball
State did play on Breeze or picked Breeze their past 2 games against whoever they played, but that's good on them. So this will be interesting. Yeah, like you said, split first time.
This will be a very interesting 3-game slate, but I think we're going to go to a quick be right back until our players are ready, until we're going into agent select. But don't go anywhere. We have a lot of Valorant to play here. Miami taking on Ball State. Don't go anywhere. We'll be with you shortly. And we are ready to go. And it looks like Ball State's already locked in. They know their comp for Corrode. Let's look at this. We have a Neon, which we saw last time was kind of shut down. Chamber, Brim, a Sova, and a Sage?
I think the Sage play is a little interesting here. This is
I think what we're going to see from that Sage is a lot of mid play, using that wall to kind of block off mid and make sure they have to hit through A main and B main there. Or you're going to try to use it to kind of block off sight just to allow some rotates in time.
You're probably also going to see a lot of slowdown too. Obviously with those slow orbs. I think the res will come in handy for him, but at the same time, I don't know. It's not personally what I would do on this map, but
it's unique. It's interesting. And then we have what Miami ran last time. You have the Omen, you have the Clove. It looks like Evan might be trolling a little bit. Then you have Suh on that Waylay again. You have Samelon on that Fade, and then Chamber. Evan running Chamber. He fried last time. This is really gonna set the tone for both of these maps. Really, we want to see if Miami's gonna come out guns blazing like they did last time, or if that really powerful Ball State's gonna get to them really quickly with this really interesting comp. It's not a terrible comp. I don't hate this. Neon's really going on this map. Chamber and Sova can be a hit or miss here, but I think at this level, Sova could be really, really good. Brimstone is obviously just a good smoke agent in general, and especially with how lineups work on this map, it could definitely work. And then I want to see the Sage, though. I think the Sage is going to have the most impact into this match. If the Sage is used correctly, then I think Ball State might have an edge here.
But Miami last time they ran this comp, I mean, this was their bread and butter. This is what destroyed. So I don't know if it's not broke. Obviously they didn't fix it. There was nothing to change.
There's nothing to change there.
I think it could be really good.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think right now what we're going to be looking at here is obviously the Sage. I think it'll be interesting. So
I definitely think so. We're gonna need to see that game we saw from Evan on Tuesday again tonight, and especially more than ever, because you're going up against a 3-1 Ball State team. This is a disciplined Valorant team, and you have to be able to minimize your mistakes, because as much as they did pull out that win on Tuesday, there was a lot of mistakes with it, and a team like Ball State's going to punish it more than a team like Western Michigan.
Yeah. So we'll see. Obviously, high hopes here for this first map as we get started here. It looks like we are going to go ahead and start on attack or defense.
We are defending first. We are defending all 3 maps first, and it looks like Ball State's kind of gearing up towards an A here. We did get word from our producer that apparently some of the players DC like every 20 minutes. So that's going to be really interesting, especially if that happens in the middle of a round. I don't know what the rule set is for ESC if a player disconnects in the middle of the round, but that's going to be very, very interesting, and it looks like Ball State is geared up all 5 here, and Miami does have the correct read. They kind of have 4 stacked A. You have River peeking mid here, but again, that's very easy to kind of come back around and defend A. So, maybe Omen's running around to B. They had the read, so it's a little bit weaker now, but still a correct read. The site is stronger, but I'm curious. I think we're going to see a 5-man absolute bulldoze them over rush here from Ball State.
I think this map is really interesting, too. These sites are so small, especially A site. It'll be interesting to see how Miami plays this. Hopefully they continue the same strategy here, and Chamber is going to go ahead here, set down his teleport, and Sova's going to drone out. Is going to watch this here. Some util here.
You can definitely see they're going to use that like neon bunny hop a lot here, because they want to get in, and they're instantly planning, and you can see they kind of rushed mid, took out the solo player there, and right now Miami's left in a 4v5. That is the discipline of this Ball State team, and they are going to punish it every time.
Right, and then, you know, we mentioned it before, the Sage Wall. The Sage Wall is really important there. Way to block that off, get the plant down. So it's going to go ahead, and Evan's going to get the kill on the Neon here. And Modi is going to go down, and that is going to be Ball State taking the first round. Again, that Sage Wall is, man, that's how do you utilize that right there.
Yeah, cut off a corner of the plant site, and they just got it down instantly. That is a set play, and they knew what they were doing from the start, and they executed it flawlessly, and Miami really had no idea what was about to hit them because they kind of gave up that space early. They let that Sage Wall, and then 3 of them peeked mid together to take out River, and then at that point, you just have the round there. It's pistols, and Miami's forced onto a save here.
Right, but this is what we talked about. This is the type of team that Ball State is here. They're going to be fast. They're going to have plays ready to take out Miami here, and it looks like River is going to come mid. The Neon is going to get the pick on Modi here.
You can kind of see they're on a Sage Wall right now, but Miami is geared up here. They're going to tag one. They're really going to fight this. Sun's going to find one. River's going to find another one. And Miami right now has the man advantage in that. Rito's going to find Samuel, and he's going to find River. Oh, and Rebo is going to have a 3K on there, and Evan's going to get taken down. Looks like a really solid pistol round there for a second, and then Miami gets shut down because of the weaker guns, and it's 2-0 Ball State.
Yeah, that's what happened there. It looks like it was a battle for mid there, as you could see. You know, the whole team was practically there. But that's what it's, you know, probably going to come down here to the end. At the end of the day, it's just, you know, who is going to win mid, who's going to be able to push these, and you know, it's going to come down to win these rounds because, you know, right now money is looking a little scarce. Obviously, you know, we're kind of looking towards a buy here, but now you kind of have to win these rounds.
You definitely do, and you know how disciplined Ball State's going to be and how little mistakes they're going to make. You can already see there are 5-man rushing it. They know the game of Valor inside and out. They know they have the weaker guns compared to Miami, so they have to take the closer gunfights, especially with that Chamber having a stinger. But it looks like they're just kind of prepping mid, and either side, they can choose either site here because they have so much space. And again, I'd like to say, if you know where they're not, you know where they are. And right now, since they have all of mid, and they have that walled off now, you know they're just on the site. Jump peek here. Phoebus is going to see 1 here, and it looks like they're going to slowly aggress B, which does not seem like the correct call here. So Miami rotates out of A as Ball State's preparing to plant.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go ahead and push into A here. Sova's going to get that bomb down. It looks like control, and it looks like Sud's going to get a pick on the Chamber and to trade. But now it looks like they're going to just hold the angle here, and it looks like this is going to be kind of slowing down a little bit here. Sage going to use a slow orb. Sud with the pick on the Neon. Looking promising. It is a 4v3.
But you do have time ticking here, and you do have to get something with the bomb, and especially since that Brim Molly is going to take a little bit. Phoebus gets tagged up a little bit. Time ticking right now. Miami kind of has to go, and Ball State is grouped up. Fight's finally going to go out. Law's going to find one. Rebo's going to find one, and right now Miami's weak on guns. 1 player remaining for Miami, and they're going to get taken out. Ball State's going to win their bonus round, 3-0 Ball State.
Well, right now it is looking a little dicey here, but again, they need to come back here. They need to play smart, especially on that last round. You noticed that they had mid control. They had either side. They could go either B or A. It did not matter, and they took it easily. There was no pressure really taking any of those sides, and it looks like Miami, something's got to change here early on.
Something really does have to change early on. I think they have to get aggressive here. They need to be able to take these early man picks and play with that man advantage up. They're giving so much space. They're giving up so much neutral space here that really Ball State is just in control of where they're going and playing. Even since they're just 5-man hitting, they're playing the bigger man. They're just playing trades with it too. And it looks like here, again, see, Grim's going to get droned in here and all this neutral sites. Now Miami's. They can kind of just plant this Chamber if they want to. Evan's able to find a pick on Neon. Neon goes down here as really Ball State now has really less map control. They really have to kind of use more util to play that space to try to gain it back here. But it looks like I think they're going to gear up towards A here, since Chamber is posted on that neutral site, and you're just going to take the space here. They're playing it slow because they really don't want to give anything to Miami that has the weaker buy here.
Right, but you're seeing Miami is already over here. River is going to get taken out. It looks like Samwin is also going to get taken out. Again, it's kind of hard with them having Vandals versus us having only Sheriffs. It looks like they're going to go ahead and completely take sight. Modi is going to try to come out here from the back. And Chamber here.
30 seconds
come up
left.
through the smoke. Get the pick. Nope. Almost.
And round's over. They took too many single fights there. You have to use utility to kind of clear the site. Saw had a great read there to stun and get out, and then he ego peeked back and then got sit down because there's 2 players peeking him there with Vandals. They had a weaker buy though, so it's not really their fault, but still, you have the weaker guns, you have to play together, and you can't be giving them these ones. You played correctly with the space, you didn't really let them take space. But when it came down to it, you were giving them ones at the end of the day, and they were just able to easily pick you off. This is a team that is going to hit their shots constantly no matter what you do.
Right, and it looks like they're gearing up here for a B push. All of them are over there. They're going to check their corners here to try to advance here. It looks like Evan is going to get killed off, but Neon is going to push up. He's going to teleport out up to Heaven. It looks like Modi is back turn to the site as they go ahead, and Sova is going to get this plant down. Evan is going to go ahead and get taken out, but get a kill on the Neon.
You can kind of see what Ball State's doing. They are double and triple swinging everything. They're making sure that if they take a fight, they're taking it together for at least a trade. Even there, how they're playing crosses so that you cannot get anything on them. The man advantage that you constantly see is not there because they are playing it so well. Stun's going to go out. He's going to get decayed down to 1. He's just going to fall back here. Is he going to take the swing? He does. Takes a pop shot. Finds nothing. River left in a 1v2 here. Law definitely playing lineups here. Timing. River's able to find him. Not going to have time, though. Are they able to run and get away from the spike? They are. They're able to get one gun. But Ball State has now won 5 in a row and is in complete control of this game, and soon will start snowballing an economy.
Yeah, you could see this here. Like you said, they're taking gunfights together, and that is what's letting them and able to win these rounds, is because they're able to get the trade if one of them dies, and that's what it's going to come down to. If Miami can maybe register and adapt to this, that could be their winning ticket to this. But again, you need to communicate that. You need to start playing smarter, especially on these rounds where you don't have a lot, no guns or anything. You're going to want to play tight angles. This is what it's going to come down to. Maybe you might have to rat a little bit. Try to get an easy pick here, but we'll see as the round starts. It looks like they're going to push up through mid. The Brim smoke is going to go down, blocking that off.
A Brim all coming out. I guess this... Oh, great shot by Evan there to take down Neon. But we've seen time again that this Ball State team can still win with the less man advantage. And already, Grim is on a flank. Are they able to recognize it? Repo is going to find one. He's just going to smoke off. And right now, Miami doesn't even know it. They're being pinched. Grim able to find 2 there. And that A site is wide open. Modi's going to get taken down, leaving Evan in a 1v4. He's going to miss his op shot. Beavis is able to find a 2K there. 6-0 Ball State. They are on a roll.
Wow. Again, it's just... Right now, it just seems like it's complete domination here. That Miami needs to take a timeout here. They need to talk something over. Something has to change. I mean, you have been seeing it. We've been seeing it. I mean, they are unstoppable.
Purely unstoppable force right now is meeting a movable object, and Miami's that movable object right now. They have to relax. They have to realize, like, listen, this team is also 4-1. We can still beat them. We just have to play smart. They're not playing smart right now. They're giving ones, and they are purely playing better Valorant right now than Miami is. Let's see. You can always see this Chamber is being so aggressive. Neon all gonna get popped. Try to clear backside here. Phoebus is able to find Saw through the smoke here. Miami playing down another man again as Ball State has the entirety of sight here. Miami looking to try to 4-man hit this, but it doesn't look like they're going to have to look anywhere.
You know, looking at this, the retake just seems so hard. They have the site so locked down. They're playing in these spots that just seem almost impossible to retake here. As you can see, all 4 of them are stacked up in the same spot here. And honestly, where do you go from here right now? I mean, you're running out of time. You're basically out of time.
I think they're just going to save here. But it looks like River's able to find 1. Trae's go out 2 for 2, but Ball State still finding the man advantage.
Remaining.
River able to get a 3K. They're just able to run here and try to save their guns. Maybe Samlon can find the final pick. No, Law's going to take down 1. Is Samlon going to swing? He is. He's not going to get taken out. Miami's able to save 1 gun, but it's 7-0. Ball State.
And, you know, I'd like to point out, if you look at their stats here, all of them except 1 are all positive. And, you know, that's a good sign for them as they're all playing correctly. They're all playing picks. They're just, this is what it is. This is what it comes down to. Miami is not getting these picks that they need here or in the early rounds especially. And they're just letting them kind of waltz into sight, plant the bomb, and take over sight.
Yeah. We've been seeing that a lot. You have to play the man advantage. You also have to use utility to force them back or to force them to use utility. You can't be giving up so much space as they are giving up right now. They're playing a little too spread out, and I think a little scared. I think they're a little bit intimidated by Ball State, not really taking gunfights that I think they should be taking. We haven't really seen many 50-50s, and when it comes down to it, you're giving up sight, and then they're just knowing where to look every single time. They know where we're not, so they know where we are. They didn't have to worry about CT or flank. They knew exactly that we were all 4 manning from mid and just had to look there and throw all of their util there. And when they saved, it kind of came down to the gunfights, and they were able to take us out. Right now, Miami has 1 gun to save right now, 1 hero rifle to try to bring something back into this round, trying to claw Miami back into this. But right now, Ball State has the economy. They have everything going for them right now. Evan trying to get aggressive, not able to hit a shot there. Miami trying to take advantage of this mid. Phoebus is there, working the mid a little bit. Maybe you'll see a Sage wall come out here. Right now, Ball State is working the map. They're playing together, and they're playing tight, and it is killing Miami right now.
We're looking at some alts here, though. Suh does have the Waylay ult, so if they do need to retake site here, that would be a great time to utilize that. Obviously, River has the revive, and it looks like they're kind of going towards a B push here. You're going to see Sova kind of push up slowly with the spike here, and again, it looks like they're kind of hiding there. But again, site's kind of just wide open again, especially if they could just maybe even smoke this off from Miami.
You do definitely need to play the gun advantage or the gun disadvantage here. But right now, you can already see Ball State is rotating. This is the first time they've been rotating. He's definitely going to get caught out. He is. He's going to live, though. But Ball State is gunning it up mid, trying to find this pick here. They want Evan dead really badly here, and he's going to get team blinded here. They do know Samlon was tucked in that corner and just util dumped him into death. That is a free pick with no worries. Rebo is going to try to find one. Grim's going to find one. Law's going to find 2. River's able to find Gav, but they know where River is, and they're just going to instantly wall her off. Are they going to expect swing? Phoebus takes down River. It is 8-0 Ball State.
Wow. And I don't know if you noticed this, but when they were in mid and when they started rotating, as soon as they saw the chamber and started getting him low, aggressive, instantly pushed onto that site, gave the bomb off to the chamber, and Sova just protected my plant, getting 2 picks. Honestly, it was a play.
And it looks like BSU is going to DC here because apparently they are having trouble with the Riot client with their firewall. So what we've heard is like about every 20 minutes or so, they have to disconnect, which is, it's weird.
It is weird.
But like, it's also smart so you don't disconnect in the middle of a round,
right?
Because I don't think they'll go back and replay it. But like, for right now, well, Ball State's in the driver's seat, and they are cruising. They are on cruise control right now, and Miami's just struggling to even find picks.
Yeah.
And that is really tough when you are down 8-0. Nothing is working, and Ball State has an answer for everything.
We'll see, you know, after the half, if Miami, when they get on attack, if can kind of bring this back a little bit here. We know that their attack on this map is very strong.
It is.
Especially what we've seen the last time we played on this map. But right now, on defense, you got to get at least a round or two.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, you know, if you want some momentum going into the half, you're going to have to get around.
You're going to have to get a round or two. And right now, you could use this as a technical pause, as a timeout. Talk about what's working, what's not working, because a lot of things are not working right now, and you need to try something drastic. And I really think what they need to try is actually going on the offensive here, trying to take the fight to Ball State. You saw Brim and Neon lurk up so much space without no util being forced their way. And they could just kind of take that space for free, and then they have the util to do what they did mid and chase down that chamber and chase down Samon to just util dump him to death, because they had no resistance going into B, and they could just fall back and use all that util post play and to get the bomb down. You have to make them burn util, and you have to be aggressive here. You have to take the fight to them. It's what it's looking like.
And yeah, you know, again, util, yeah, I've said this before, util is one of the strongest things in this game. It will win you games. And if they don't start utilizing it, they just aren't going to win these rounds. So again, I am hoping that during this time they talked it over once again, and hopefully something is going to change here. That looks like Ball State's going to go to an A. We have 3 that are going to try to shut this down.
And right now, the only player for Miami that is somewhat even is River on 7 and 7 right now. It's not what you like to see, but hopefully they do get aggressive here, playing a high-low. Drone's going to go out, excuse me. Grib's going to shut down Suh, and right now Modi and Sam on our left, and instantly a rotate's going to come out for Ball State.
See, you see this. Again, they know where they're already at, and they're like, okay, if there's no one over there, we've clearly already picked this, and now we're just going to go and plant on B. Again, this is just crazy plays from Ball State, just absolutely knowing what Miami's going to do. They're so readable. Something just has to change.
Something has to change here, and look how spread out Ball State is. Look how much map coverage they have. They know no one's flanking. They know no one's coming through mid. Evan's able to find Phoebus, but right now they know where the rest of Miami is, and they can just kind of force all their guns that way. Fade ult's going to come out for Miami. Drop down. Evan's not able to find anything. Spike ticking. Grim's going to instantly molly it. He's not able to find it. He's able to find a lucky pick. Grim's able to find another one. Modi's going to find one. Last player standing. Destroyed. Wow. Ball State is in full control of this game, and Miami is just hanging on for dear life.
I mean, again, usually, once they plant the site or plant the bomb, you could try to retake it here. But honestly, when Miami gets on these sites, they just get discombobulated. They don't know what's happening. They don't know where anybody is, and that's, I guess, where Ball State is really good at. Something just has to change.
And another thing is that so much util is dumped for Miami too, just trying to defend the first one, and Ball State uses really hardly anything. Chamber ult's going to come out here for Ball State. Evan's able to sit him down though. He's able to find an opening pick, and Miami having some momentum. There's the Sage ult coming, and he sits him down again. This is maybe what you need here. Waylay ult's going to come out. Is he able to find one? Suh's able to find 2. Miami looking great for this round. Revo's able to find Suh. Samon's able to get a pick down. 1 player left for Ball State. Miami looking for its first round win here. Spike is down on B. Phoebus having to go back and get it. Minute left in the round as it really slows down here. Miami in full control, but it's not over yet.
Finally seeing some signs of life here after a 9-0 here. It looks like Sage is going to try to just play this slow, maybe even potentially just save the gun here. Again, it's a 4v1. Obviously, this team is very good, but as long as Miami keeps their head in the game here towards this ending, trying to just play it correctly instead of getting like aggressive and egoing. But it's kind of looking like this round is going to be over here.
They definitely could be. Now they do hear the footsteps. They know where Sage is, and if I were Sage, I would be trying to take as many guns as I can. I have the economy. We will be fine for another round. And it looks like Modi's going to take him down. Miami's going to pull out the first round win, stopping a 9-round skid here. 1-9, still in favor of Ball State. But maybe this is the thing you need.
But did you see how they played together? The Waylay ult was utilized correctly there, taking them out. Again, and Evan getting the early pick on the chamber, shutting down the chamber ult, and then again killing him again after the Sage revive. That was just beautiful.
That is beautiful. It's what you want to see. But now what you have to continue this momentum. You need these last 2 rounds going into the half to try to get something back on Ball State here. And it looks like they're going to try to just gun it up mid. And they already have most of mid all on lockdown. River left in the smoke here. Rebo's able to find Suh. Miami already down the man advantage. Phoebus is on a Sage wall, it looks like, and again, they have full control of this map. They know Miami's pushed to their extremities, to the maps, and they just have to slow it down now, make Miami burn their util. River forcing herself back, having played this long aid. Modi's going to teleport in the mid. Does hear some contacts, is able to rotate back, and right now, Ball State has just slowed the game down. They're trying to wait for Miami to get aggressive here since they have the man advantage. But Miami's not biting here. 50 seconds left in the round. They're going to continue here.
You're looking here, again, Ball State's just playing in mid. Not really picking a site yet, trying to see if they can get a pick here or at least something that's going to dictate which site they go to. And I think this is what they've been trying to do this entire game. Just playing up mid, get mid control. Neon's going to get the pick on Evan here, and here it comes. Again, this is how they work. This is how they operate. As soon as they get a pick, they know that the other side of Miami is not here. And again, Spike is going to go down, and total domination here.
And we can probably see River's going to get swung there. Double swung by Neon and Sova. Gav's able to find one. River's going to ult her way back because she kind of has to here. Modi's able to find one. River's able to find a pick. Grim's going to get that pick back. 2v3 here in favor of Ball State. There. Smoke. Samelon and Modi left to their own demise. Are they able to find anything? No. Spike's going to tick down. Samelon's going to find one. Modi's going to miss the teleport, though. Spike ticking. Grim ult's going to go out here. Rebo's able to find one. Law's going to find another one. Miami shut down on the retake. 10-1 Ball State as we go to the last round of the half.
Again, like I mentioned before, Ball State. It seems like their signature play here is that they're going to play mid, get mid control, let Miami dictate what site they go to. That's how they're doing it. Miami is going to play this game for them. And again, you saw as soon as they got a pick, it was straight into B. Yep. Nothing. Neon instantly in there, putting up her wall, getting in, and then everybody rotated on. Again, Ball State must be what they specialize in.
It's really a sight to see here, and especially since Evan's great aggression by Evan. He's able to find the first pick. He's going to get tagged a little bit. Rebo's able to find River and Evan, and down they go. B side completely open here. Miami left in a 3v4 to try to come back to this. They're going to they're going to send Samelon on the flank here and try to go to mid. This flank is really important. You also have to distract. Chambers' trip is on the flank here, and 2 Ball States knowing, could they find a pick here? Samelon's able to find one. Now you have that flank pressure. Saw's able to find another one. Going to get taken down. Rebo takes down Samelon. Modi left. And a 1v2. Teleport's going to go out. Maybe you're able to find a timing here. Grim Molly's going to go out. It's just such a good Molly. Rebo with the 4K here. BGSU winning 11 rounds on attack to Miami's 1. Miami having a huge hole to climb out of here on this attack half. And we're going to go to a little tech pause here as their spectators do alt F4 and try to come back into this. This is not really looking good for Miami. You have 2 rounds to give up before we go into map 2. And I don't know about you, but I think that they have something cooked up for the start of the defense.
Yeah, obviously Miami is just, they're so, I would almost say, out of it. I don't know what the mental's feeling like right now on the team.
Yeah.
But again, it can't be great right now. But now you're switching to attack. You know you can play this map on attack. You've done it before. You absolutely dominated last time. Obviously, a completely different team. But it's going to be, can you somehow dig deep here? Because the score may be like 11-1.
Yep.
But this game is still winnable.
It's still winnable.
You could bring this back. It's going to be hard.
Definitely could. And the way they do it is how they did it against Western Michigan. They have to be confident. They have to take fights together. And I also think they have to realize what Ball State's comp is about. It's also about flanking. It's going to be trying to get around you with that Neon to create pressure from all sides. If Miami's able to play together and make sure that one of those ways is not getting pressured and that they're not contained on site, they have a chance to kind of use this opportunity to slowly build their way back, maybe try to build something into map 2. Even if you don't win this map 1, you build something into map 2 and you try to take it to a map 3. But I think the Sage is going to be really good at closing off sight lines. You're going to have this Neon that's really good at flanking, and it's going to be something that they have to be ready for. And I think they ultimately, it comes down to winning your gunfights and winning it together. We saw so many trades and so many double swings coming from Ball State that they really rarely ever had that man down because they were either traded off or they win that first gunfight. So this team is disciplined, and you have to be able to find those picks, and you also have to be able to use your util to grab those picks. We saw that numerous times from Ball State. They were able to use their utility to find picks.
And right now, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Oh, yeah.
I would honestly say maybe try to take one out of their playbook a little bit. Maybe try to get that mid control, see if you could do what they did. Obviously, you don't have the same comp as them, but you know, you never know. This game is unpredictable, honestly. So again, we're waiting right now, but honestly, they should be talking it over right now. I still have hope. You know, it seems really, really like thin right now, but again, anything is possible in this game.
Really, anything is. We have seen some crazy comebacks. They had one last Tuesday. What were they down? 8-4 on Abyss against Western Michigan. You're able to come back and win that 13-11. That's a pretty hard ask, especially since they lost that pistol round on that last half. You have to be able to use that momentum. And right now, the mental might be cooked. The problem is the mental is just such a big factor in this game, is that it can affect how you aim, how you decide, and really how you communicate. And right now, BGSU kind of has them just beaten down in the bricks. They're really rough. They're playing so well that it feels like nothing's working. That can be really distressful, especially for a young team, especially since 3 of them are freshmen. We have to also look at that. This is a very young Miami roster, so the experience in ESC is also not there, and also just kind of the college level is intimidating a little bit. You go from high school where you're maybe the dominant one, and then you get to college, and it's a little more scary, and it's a little more organized, and you have to be able to get over that hump, and I don't think some of our freshmen have done that. I think we've seen flashes of it when they get hot and the hot hand is fed, like we saw last week or last Tuesday, but right now it's just not there, and I feel like they're kind of feeling that pressure right now.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, again, Ball State is just experienced. They know what they're doing, and honestly, you know, we're gonna hope they could take this to, you know, to at least overtime at the very most in this map. If not, just kind of try to win out. Again, if you could somehow bring this back and just kind of absolutely get back into the game, especially even if you lose this map, but you start taking rounds, trying to show some kind of flashes of life, that would be great.
You want to show BGSU, hey, we're not out of this yet. We still have 2 maps to play here. You better be ready to play. But if you fall over, if you let them take over this game, they're going to win this game. They're ultimately going to win this map too. And it looks like here they're kind of gearing up for a heavy mid push. I think they're going to take their offensive playbook and flip it on defense. Take that mid map control. You do have Sage to kind of just wall off A if needed. And it looks like they're just going to play retake on B. Nothing, no util, no nothing is there for B. Miami has the correct read. And right now you can already see they're going to get aggressive on this mid push. They're going to take the space in Miami. The spike is left and B, nothing. Miami has the site here, but again, I think BGSU, Grim's able to find Evan in the mid, and right now, all that space here, I think River's gonna W key it a little too much. Gab's able to find a great pick here, not able to, someone's going to get tagged by the Molly here. Miami left in a 3v5, Grim's able to find Samuel spike defusal already happening. Odie's able to find one, not able to find another one. Ball State on map point. Miami's going to have to spend everything here to try to force another round. Right now, you're just going round to round trying to survive.
And again, here you go. I mean, this again, match point, 12-1. At this point, you know, you kind of just have to see if you could just take one more, at least something. You know, obviously, you know, they're going to be have the better guns here, but honestly, I would kind of try to buy up here, at least give you some kind of something to win these gunfights. That's what it's going to come down to. You know, it looks like Miami's going to head over to B here. But again, looks like they're going to have 2 playing in mid. Maybe even this Brim might rotate over and kind of just peek through there. But this is what it's going to take here. You're going to have to almost play fast. Try to find that momentum you did the last time you played on this map, the last time you were on offense. It looks like Zuz going to get the pick on Chamber, but is going to get taken out by the Sova. Neon, and River's going to get... But now it is a 2v3, and it looks like they're going to go ahead. Modi's going to get plant down. And again, here it is. Now it's just, we're going to look at a Ball State retake here. Can they position themselves in a better place to try to get these picks? And Repo is just going to get the 2, and that is going to do it.
And that's going to do it. They unfortunately did line up their little double dink. And that's going to end the map there. 13-1. Absolute domination from Ball State. We're going to head on to map 2 split here. We have some stuff to talk about real quick before we head to that break. But that was utter domination there from Ball State.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, right now, the mental is probably shot. But you have to shake it off and go into this next match, you know, at least with some kind of life. You know, you looked good for a little bit there, but obviously you won 1. And yeah, again, and like, let's take a look at the stats here. Obviously, their team was way more dominant. Their Brimstone, absolutely, with the 20-3. None of us even came close to positive. But again, you just kind of have to shake this off. You have to go into this next map with some kind of life. They looked better, sure, but again, you just have to show them that, hey, you know, we're not down, we're not out. Stop, you know, we can get up, we can fight through this, you know. Obviously, you know, we're gonna look at a different comp coming up here, so we'll see. I'm a little worried for Miami, but you know, just gotta shake it off.
Something you also have to look at was Evan's 5 first bloods. It's something you want to see, and that's something that usually indicates like we're doing something right here. But I just don't think they were able to capitalize it because some of those first bloods were instantly traded off. And it's just, you have to be able to reset the mental and go into split knowing that no one really knows what you're going to do on split, but it is Ball State's pick. They are going to be very, very comfortable on this. But I think we're going to head to a be right back. Don't go anywhere. Miami trying to fight for its life here, trying to get their 2nd win in a row against a dominant Ball State. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you shortly. And we are back after that long be right back. Too many tech issues to count on both sides, but we are here. We are now. We are ready for map 2. We have to take a reminder that this is split, and Miami is defending first. Let's look at BSU. We have a Yoru, a Raze, 2 smokes. You have no Sentinel here, but I think that Yoru is going to play that Sentinel role.
Yeah, also looking at it, the Astra pick is obviously very good here. Viper, Raze, Fade. Fade's always good on this map. Now, if we take a look at our side, Moody has not picked yet, but We're looking at a waylay. Nope, raise maybe.
I think a raise is needed here. I don't think Waylight's going to get the same value as that nade and the satchel ability for on this map, especially how high elevated everything is if you're trying to attack. Double smokes, you have Evan on that sage, you kind of have to kind of cover that mid, excuse me. But then you have Samlin on that sky. This is a very interesting meta-ish comp coming from Miami because you have that Omen and you have that Sage, but then you have Clove and you have Waylay. Very, very meta and not meta at the same time. And then BSU's just not meta. They're just running their own thing, which honestly it's better sometimes to run your own thing compared to running the meta.
Yeah, and for this map, would you say this map is more defensive-sided, offensive-sided,
It's
or
a
bit
lot more defensive-sided,
Yeah.
especially since there's 2 sites to go. It's very tight and compact. And then you also have the lurk ability so much for the defensive side and how quickly you can kind of get on that flank, especially if you go through sewers or market. But that Sage is kind of needed to block off that mid for attackers here. But I think what we're really going to see from BSU is that Yoru be used more on a sentinel role, kind of lock down the site, and then once they know Miami's planting on either site, have him teleport over with his TP. Still lasts a long time, and you have 2 of them. You may as well play that sentinel role, and since it's easy to get across, especially on defense, it's easy to get across the map. You can use that to play a more sentinel role and kind of anchor down the site and then rotate off when needed. I think we're also probably going to see either Viper play that sentinel role too. That's usually what we see when people run double smokes. You're usually seeing that Viper play a more sentinel blade back role.
Yeah, and let's go back to the Yoru for a second. His teleport, one of the best abilities in the game. Obviously, it goes both ways for attack and defense. Really good on attack too. So we'll see. Obviously, they're defending first, are they?
Miami is defending first.
We'll see what they do with the Yoru teleport here. Makes for great rotating, especially if you're just faking a site, then rotate out, teleport wherever your team is, and again, just take the site quickly. Again, the Viper will be a very good pick here. So I wonder how the Miami will play around that. But again, utilizing Sage is probably the best way that you could go about this. Again, you have 2 smokes, a flash, and Suh. I'm hoping Suh can turn it on here. So
I really hope Suh can kind of get his hot hand back. Looks like BSU's gonna fall into a bit of a default here. You have 2 looking to go towards the alley. You have 2 about to peek mid. You have that Viper kind of gonna work A. Miami gearing up for a quick A hit here. I think they really talked about what did we do wrong? I think they're trying to get someone established on this line here and just let everyone else rotate off A here. But no one has spike for BSU, and I think that's a very key aspect of this. You can kind of see they were going to try to go down, but right now it looks like it's going to be a split towards B here. You have Rage really getting aggressive on this wall here. You can hear the knife. They know someone is there. Grim's going to hit it and kind of back off here. Evan playing with River. Going to get smoked off here, and let's see what happens.
I think it's really interesting here. The Rays coming up with the frenzy play, and the Astra is going to go ahead and get the first pick on Evan here. And Moody is going to go ahead and rotate around, try to get up in, and here it comes. Again, this is the site execution. Yoru's going to teleport to backside here, looking around, trying to peek Heaven. And again, here it comes. They're not going to try to get the spike down. Again, well, here it comes now. Moody is going to try to go ahead and, again, here it is, the picks. It's the 3v3 now.
You also have to realize that Viper is on a very fast lurk, and Miami's not aware at all. Viper's going to lurk upstairs. Are they able to find anything? They probably are, because Miami's not aware. Gab's going to find one. Law's going to find one from the heavens. Samuel's going to get taken down the smoke. BSU wins the pitch around. They're already up 1-0. This is not what you want to see.
Yeah, and there it was again. See, they really utilized that Yoru teleport to get into the backside there, take control of the site. Obviously, the site was completely empty. And again, you saw the Viper lurking up from the back. That is exactly what it's probably going to take here, is Miami needs to recognize to, maybe watch their backs here a little bit here. But it looks like now BSU is going to kind of look for an A push here. We'll see what Miami can do.
And I really think Miami had the right idea there to kind of push A. They really turned it around quickly when they heard noise mid. Right now, you do have 3 kind of gunning up A here with Spike again still in CT. They're really not wanting to commit in case they can find a kind of pull off a rotate. Blind's going to go out, letting Miami know they are there. Smoke's going to go down, and we're going to see what happens here.
Yeah, but let's look at the guns here for a second. 3 of them have Vandals and a Phantoms and a Marshall, and we don't know what Fade has here, but again, this is what it's going to come down to for especially this round, is playing these corners, playing tight, because you want to try to catch them off guard here. But it looks like they're playing slow, looks like they're trying to push up mid here. Miami's going to go ahead and rotate around to A. It's not, know if that's the play, but it looks like they're going to try to, BSU is going to come down through wires here. And yes.
Saw is there. He is ready. Is he going to expect it? No, he's going to kind of get tagged up here. Law's going to find Samwon, and right now, Law's going to find 2 as So was kind of pushed and pinched here. Shots are going to go out, and looks like ESU is going to have a free plant here with 30 seconds left. You have Yoru on top of boxes. Is Miami going to expect and playing this off angle? He's not. He's able to find one. Not able to find another one. Bodie's going to find one. Shots going to go out. Evan's going to find another one. Bodie's going to take down. That is 3 guns down. Evan left in a 1v2. He does have a Phantom. He has a chance to win this. Not able to do it. Phoebus is there on the off angle. 3 guns taken away, though, there for BSU. Miami going down 0-2, though. The thing you cannot let them do is not let them snowball this. That's what we saw last time. They were able to pull 10 in a row before Miami was able to find 1. You have to be able to win this round here and then continue to kind of go back and forth here with Ball
Right,
State.
but, you know, that's promising. Taking 3 guns out of the equation there, that's good. That's what you want to see, because now they have to buy a little bit more. As you can see, they have light shields all around. And again, this is kind of what you need to do. During that round, they played that correctly. They played it tight. And again, just the head dinks and everything like that came into play. It all fell together. But it looks like now BSU is going to try to push A here. Modi is the only one on site here. And here they come. Again, they're fast. He's going to get the blind off, but he's going to die to the Euro in the backside. And again, Samwon's going to go down 2. There goes Evan. And again, here, this is what BSU is like. They're fast, they're dominant. This is how they're going to take these sites. Miami's got to retake here.
It looks like they're honestly just going to say for you kind of need to keep these guns if you want to have any chance at like hero rifling a round here. But you could kind of see Yoru TP'd in, Ray satcheled in, and then there was a delayed Viper Molly that came in to cut that off. That is excellent team play right there, and there's really nothing you could do, and they picked off everyone on that site one by one here, and it looks like BSU is going hunting for these last 2 Miami members. They're kind of tucked into the corner here. Gav gonna make some noise here. Miami knows that they are being hunted. Are they able to find anything? Swing's gonna come out. So is able to find Gav. That's a gun down for BSU. They do know where they are. They're gonna slowly start to pinch here. Faye gonna try to find something. Not able. Miami's able to save those 2 guns, take away 1 from Gav. But again, the economy's gonna start to snowball here for BSU. They're not able to kind of take off a round or 2.
Yeah, and you know, you're looking at it here. You should start to try and recognize, especially if you know they're going B, that Yoru is going to go into that backside. Obviously, right now they're going A. But if you could somehow, when you register these things happening, you take out their big hitters. That is what I would say you should specialize in. Again, Gav is clearly one of their big hitters. You're looking at maybe Rebo. All of these, again, are big hitters. You want to take them out. And you're looking at a little bit of a split here. Looks like the Rays and the Astra here are going to try to make it seem like they're going there. And then now we're looking at an actual push towards A here. Again, playing slow. River holding this angle here. Again, waiting. It's a patient game here. You want to see if you can win this gunfight as soon as they push up. Shots are being fired. Looks like they're kind of spraying up through mid here, and it looks like 3 are going to go mid. Spike is left behind here. See if they can kind of capitalize. And again, River getting the pick on Gap, taking out a big hitter there. That's what I said. That's what they need to do here. He's out of the equation now.
And now they can really slow down the round because there's really no one following up on Gav. That's a little misplay there from BSU, allowing River to take the pick with no trade-off here. And the A execute looks like it's going to begin here. River and Saw's able to find one, but Grim's going to get the quick trade back here. Miami does know where they are. 32 seconds left in the round. They're going to have that nade. Wall's going to go down. Is he able to find anything? No. Evan's not able to find the shot. Even though Grim is kind of low here. Bird going to go out. Samlon's going to double swing this. River's able to find Rebo for a 2K here. Execute's going to begin. Grim's able to find River. Time's going to tick down here. Phoebus is able to find Samlon. Alt's going to go out here. Evan left on 1 HP here. Time ticking. One way going to go out. It's going to allow him to kind of rotate into that rat corner. Spike ticking.
One enemy remaining.
Modi's able to find Grim. Phoebus left alone in a 1v2. He's able to see him. He's tinked down to 2. Evan's going to take him down. Miami's going to have enough time to fuse here. Miami picking off a quick round here, not allowing them to snowball. Miami takes another round. 1-3, still in favor of Ball State though, but a great round nonetheless.
Yep, there it was. See, you got the early pick there on Gap. You played it slow, you let him push into you, and he couldn't win the gunfight. That is how you're going to do this. That's probably what this is going to come down to, is playing slow, letting them come to you, winning these gunfights. That is most likely what is going to win them this game here, is just winning these gunfights and getting these picks.
What you also saw was River getting a quick pick onto Gav with no trade ability. We've seen so many trades come out for BSU, and they're just in the right place at the right time. That was a little mistake there that allowed them to snowball the win for the round. But you realize how slow they are playing now, and I think they're going to try to 5-man hit this with you're all going out, kind of being able to clear most of A here, and they're just able to take the site for free. Miami does know this is going to be a 5-man 5v5. Great discipline there. Shot gonna go out. Saw is able to find Gav. That is a man down. Miami man advantage. And really right now the space is kind of feeling claustrophobic. They do need to get Rebo off from Sewers here if they want to have any chance, because this is another nasty flank that they have. Rebo's able to find 1. Rebo's able to find 2. Rebo's able to find 3. Can't find anything. No, Phoebus is able to take him down. Modi's able to find 1. Round really slows down here. Not able to find another one. Ball State with a quick, dominant win. 4-1 Ball State.
You know, what I'm seeing here is when they take these sites, it's going to come down to composure. You know, not panicking. Obviously, we saw that Gav got picked off there at the beginning of that big push there. But again, composure. When you know, not panicking when you see them take over these sites. Maybe even trying to rotate and try to go through heaven, maybe even try to get like a better advantage, better angle. But that's what you're kind of looking at here. So that's probably what it's going to take here to beat BSU. Find the cracks, be able to take them out. And now we're looking at, it looks like a mid push from BSU here. Flash is going to go out. And again, Law is going to take 1. A good trade, but that's what you want to see. You want to see the trades here. That's what you want to see.
And now you pick up a gun, and you also look how much space that you have. You have to be able to keep it, though, because if you know where they're not, you know where they are. I've been stressing this whole stream. You know where they're not, you know where they are. And when you kind of give up all that space, they can kind of just take it back with no util. They really need to clear it out. And Gav and them have all of mid and most of A. River is going to be the lonesome peeker here. Really facing the whole of BSU with this whole team. Flash is going to go. Are they able to find anything? Shot's going to go miss. Grim's going to find the pick, but right now, River trying to ult here. Able to get out, but the timer is ticking for River. Really need to find something. Grim's going to take down River again. Slow's going to go down. Backing off. Great blind there. Evan and Saw able to find a pick for pick here. Evan's going to get raised by River. Evan's going to go down. Modi's able to take down Phoebus. It is a 1v2 for somehow. Spike is down. Rebo caught out. Rebo is able to find 2. BSU 5. Miami 1.
It looked a little promising there at the end there. That they started to play off of each other and get the picks that they needed. That was good. But man, that Rebo is, I gotta give him props. All right, he clutched that up there at the end.
He was able to find the 2 there. River trying to smoke, not what you want to see, getting caught out like that. But Miami has shown flashes here, and they definitely could have converted some of these rounds but they're keeping it close. They're keeping it to these 2v1s, 1v1s. And so Ball State's not able to snowball an economy here, but they're still winning rounds. You can keep that economy low, but if you're not winning rounds, they're still going to continue to snowball here. What we really need to see is taking that early man pick that they always find and kind of keeping that advantage for the whole round. They also need to keep the map control that they have. They kind of let go of maybe a little pinch there from would have been really, really helpful, and retaking that and not really leaving everyone to come through CT. They were able to win their trades, win their fights, but also they kind of knew they were all coming from CT. And again, it goes back to what I said at the beginning of the stream about being predictable, about being unpredictable. You have to be unpredictable. Right now, Miami's being a little predictable, and Ball State's picking it out every single time.
Right, and they don't know how you play on this map. Maybe they've already figured it out now, but that's now where you have to change it up. Try to see if something can work here. You're down 1-0 already on the maps. You got to switch something up here. Obviously, you're showing signs of life. This looks already better than it did last map.
Oh, yeah.
So, again, change something up. Be unpredictable. Like you said, that's what it's going to come down to. Try to trick them. All right? That's what it's going to take. They're smart players, but they have cracks. You can find a hole in their plan and utilize that.
They definitely can. It's just ultimately like when those trade goes down, it comes down to those gunfights. Are we winning them or are we letting them go? And unfortunately, we let that one round go. You kind of need that to kind of keep some momentum, keep yourself in this game, because if BSU gets on that roll again, they start winning round after round after round, it's really not going to be well. And especially since you're trying to take this to a map 3, you're trying to take this to Abyss, there's not really much left. You got to leave it all out on the table. You got to leave it all out on that map and try to do anything in your power to force this to a map 3.
Again, and it's going to be exhausting, especially if you win this. You're going to be tired because in this game it takes a lot out of you. A lot of the mental will probably be shot by towards the end of this, but Abyss is a good map. They can win on it. They need to start to diminish their BSU's morale and start taking these rounds here. That's what it's going to take.
Definitely. That's what it's really going to take here. It looks like BSU kind of in a maybe default, maybe 2 towards that B, 2 towards A, maybe 2 B mid. They're really trying to play default here. Let Miami be the aggressors and find those easy picks with their gun advantage. You saw Evan maybe trying to get up there, trying to find a way to jump up, not able to. Wall's going to get destroyed. Wall's going to be broken here. Dog going to go out to kind of clear out alley here. Doggate's going to be here, but there are 3 players here. Rocket's going to go out, going to miss and tag him a little bit, but right now, BSU is up into heaven. And they're just going to slow the round down and instantly try to rotate out here. They know no one's aggressing on the flank. They can kind of take their time. They have a lot of map control here, and they can really do what they want with it.
Yeah, and here you go again. You're looking at this. It seemed like actually Yora was on B at one point. Teleported out. Again, that's the important. And here it is. Sky is going to get picked here early on. It looks like the Raze here is going to put a position. Evan with the pick on the Raze, going to get hit by the Prowler and drop down, but he's going to get picked by Repo, and then there goes Bodhi as well. But it looks like BSU is going to go ahead and take site here. Spike is going to go down. Now it is the decision of whether you're going to retake this here. It looks like they're going to push through the Astra smoke here.
I think they have to try to retake this. Oh, Sul's going to stun himself. Ooh, Spray's going to go down. Remo's going to get taken out through the smoke here. That is a great pick. Sul's able to find one off the trade. 2v1 here. Definitely winnable. Sul's going to try to dash out here, but you also have Viper. He's going to get found out, and he's going to try to take the aggression here. Not able to find anything. Playing that time here. Law's going to take down Suh. 6-1 BSU here. And it's not looking good. They're starting to snowball these rounds. They've won 3 in a row here, and it looks like they're going to continue to win more.
Yeah, I'm a little curious. If you're Suh, do you really try to pick for that Viper, or do you try to dash out, get on the site, and pick whoever was left down there? I don't remember who it was, but I don't know.
I think you have to take the known man. Yeah. You know Viper's there. You don't know where the other player's at. And if you dash on the site, they could really be anywhere. And if you're looking in the wrong direction, you're honestly trying to just take as many guns as you can there. But it looks like here, BSU again in a more default, breaking open this wall here. And it looks like Evan's going to try to get aggressive here. Rebo's going to find Sam out on a pick here. Evan's gonna get picked out. Is that Roombot's not gonna find him? Oh, but the smoke's gonna go down. Grim's gonna find Evan on a little bit of regression there. Modi left in alleyway here. BSU having all of mid control here, and they are in full control. They can go A, they can go B if they want. That looks like they're gonna rotate back here. Take alleyway again. Make sure no one's there. Modi's gonna try to get caught out here. Is the time gonna be had? It is. Grim's able to find Modi. 5v2 left for Sun River again. You also have Viper on this lurk. It is going to be a lot to get back into this game. And again, Ball State is a full control right now.
Yeah, you saw
Last player standing.
River is going to get 2 picks here. Promising, taking 2 guns here. But again, now you kind of have to get aggressive, but Repo is just going to be there and is ready. Early on, especially for this round, one mistake I saw was from Samwin trying to get that early pick there, trying to get aggressive. Honestly, in those kind of situations, I would say you kind of have to play a corner there. You don't have a lot. You're probably not going to win a ranged gunfight or a gunfight like that in general. So Miami is going to go ahead and take a timeout here.
If I can point your attention to Sub before we go to break here, he has an operator. He is glass canning an operator, which I don't hate. You have to try something different at this point, and an operator could be that key to kind of switch these rounds in your direction. But it's also ultimately going to come down to if you get picked off and they do steamroll you through, you're going to lose that operator. And that's a huge hit to economy. He can't even afford to buy shields right now. So he is 100 HP. He is a glass operator right now. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, again, if you're just throwing shit at the fan, that's what it's going to take. Honestly, like you said, I kind of like it now. Now I've kind of sat here and thought about it. If that's what it's going to take, then let's do it. Because, again, if you can get those picks, because obviously it's the strongest gun in the game, but if you could get those picks, and you could get people early on, depends on where he plays, obviously, then that'll be good. Mm-hmm. But you do not want to lose that op, because if they have it, now they can use it against you. And then, like you said, snowball. That's what will most likely happen here. But it looks like he went ahead and actually ditched it. He does not have it anymore.
Nope. I would have really liked to see it. Maybe if they can try to win a round or two, try to get the economy back, snowballing up here. Yor's going to ult up mid, going to see nothing. It's going to kind of clear. Oh, they have a corner pocket. Watch as Yor teleports into that corner pocket here. He can play off of this, and no one can really hear him on site. They have all of sight. Law is able to find Samalon here on a quick flank. Saw is able to take it down before he gets the 2 here. But right now, BSU is in full control of this. They are dictating everything about this game. Rebo's able to find Sa, and right now, Modi and Evan, they are honestly just trying to hold down CT here. It is a 2v2. It is definitely winnable here. Speaking, it's going to go out. Dav's going to take down Evan from heaven. They do know where the last one is here. Is he going to try to save? Swing. He's able to find one, not able to find another one there. 8-1 BSU. They are rolling. Right
now. I would like to take a look at the Astral and the Orb Teleport. Obviously, creating that pocket, like you said, did not actually get to really utilize it to how I thought he would. But again, that's how strong that teleport is. Obviously, his ult droned it out, basically. And again, they're just really dominant right now, honestly. Something, kind of has to change here for Miami in order to win this game.
They definitely do. And again, what I think has been happening is that Sage Wall's been being broken every single time. And they're just kind of using that as like that fake pressure that they've been creating as actual pressure. They've just been using it to bulldoze up mid since no one's really contested them. Law's going to get spotted out here, but you do have BSU more towards this B site. They do really need to find an early pick on this. Waylay's going to dash over. He's going to dash over. They probably know someone's in the smoke. Not able to find. Law's going to take down Sun. He's able to rotate off. Miami playing a man down and gun down here as BSU's going to quickly go up B here. Modi's going to find Grim on a great pick here. but trades go out 2-2.
Bring them down.
BSU still having that man advantage and having the site advantage. Samlon River with
Spike
Sheriffs
planted.
left to find
Bring them
so
down.
much map space. They have a huge deficit to come back from. Will they be able to do it?
You know, honestly, right now, it's really hard to do. Obviously, Samlon's at 86, no shield. And, you know, River has just a Sheriff, too. And honestly, you know, you kind of had to win that gunfight against that
Last
Viper
player
early on.
standing.
I think that's genuinely what did it. Obviously, this Viper is, you know, going to get these 2 picks here to end this round, going into 9-1 here. But again, let's look at that. That pick on that Viper needed to happen because, you know, you get a gun out of it, right? But, you know, and then they start rotating over. That's what Ball State, I starting to think that's what they do. They're almost sending one out to kind of scout out, see where they are, get them to kind of just bait, push out, be like, okay, they're all there. Now everybody go on to B. So now if you're Miami, you just got to split up.
We've seen a lot of 5-man hits, and we've seen rarely that BSU takes a fight that they don't either have equal or better advantage on. You can kind of see it. Oh, Law's going to get picked. River's going to quickly ult here. Ray's ult's going to go out. Are they able to find anything? No! But Gab's going to find River, having to peek out. Grim's going to get back in time here. Rebo's able to find Sus. Samlon's going to find Gav. Rebo's able to find Samlon. Miami fighting in a 2v4 here.
Remaining.
Ult's going to go out. 1 player remaining. Modi's able to find one. Not able to find another one. 10-11 going to the final round here. Could we see another 13-1 come from BSU here?
Honestly, you know, it's I mean, this is just total domination. They're really BSU is taking the sites fast, and if they're not, they're playing it slow to the point where Miami doesn't know what to do. And honestly, you know, Miami has already taken the timeout. They tried to talk this over, but at this point, you know, BSU is just going to try to close this out, I imagine.
This is, honestly, you're just fighting for every single round. You're trying to prove some sort of life here. And right now, it looks like Ball State's just kind of 5-man it up here. If you can't stop us, we're not going to stop at all here. You do have Evan with a judge here. I do like this pick if you're able to find something with it. But again, I think they're just kind of going to wait here. If you're able to find anything with this, then you can. But right now, it looks like Evan's going to get aggressive here. And it does look like Ball State is like guns out aiming at them. Nothing from Modi on the ult. Now they do have to be aware, is there any sort of flank presence here? But again, the execute's going to begin. Are they able to find one? No, Grim's just gonna walk his way into sight. Su's able to find Gav here. Phoebus left to his own demise. Grim's able to find Evan. Plant's gonna go down in the open. And right now, Miami left. River able to find a great flank timing. 3v2 here. They do have the guns. They could try to win this.
Player standing.
Law's gonna take down Sub. This is a 1v3 for the freshman River. Nothing. 11-1 going into half. And we're gonna have to take a little tech pause here as BSU spectators are gonna have to fall out of the lobby. We're gonna have to take a little tech pause. We'll have a little time to talk about halftime here. It's not looking good.
No.
It's not looking good at all.
BSU is in total control. They have not let off the gas once. Obviously, Miami did take a round early on. But what now?
You honestly just have to show some sort of life here. You've won 2 rounds in total. You have to show some sort of life here. Because when teams go to VOD review this, they're going to be looking at BSU absolutely destroying you. You have to show some sort of life here and maybe some sort of fight. Like, hey, even though if you knock us down, we'll get right back up and we will put up a fight. But if you don't, they're just going to just roll over you. And this is going to be another quick 13-1, which is not what you want. You also want to prove to yourself that we are a team, we are a unit that can actually compete against the best of the best here. You want to show something to the ESC that, hey, we're here to play and that we're not just some team of freshmen that are going to be easily pushed over. Mm-hmm. You have to show some sort of life here as you get into the second half. There's 2 rounds before this whole game is over. Show some sort of life here. Show some sort of team ability here before you get taken out inevitably.
You know, looking at it, I would like to, look at the ability usage. I didn't maybe this was just me. I didn't see Sub pop his ult at all.
I didn't. I was also going to talk about that too. We
Yeah.
really didn't see. They had 5 ults on those last 2 rounds, and we saw Clove ult and we saw Sage Res. We didn't really see. We did see the Sage Res. It came out and he instantly got sat down, which is probably why it didn't seem well. But like again, ult usage wasn't there. They kind of played it like CS:GO. Is kind of what it looks like, and they really got punished for it.
Yeah, I mean, again, you know, BSU, like I said, just in the driver's seat right now. And honestly, you know, it might be time to start utilizing the use of util a bunch. And that, again, that's probably what it's going to come down to here if they want to try to at least show some sorts of life. But it's looking pretty dire.
It is looking very, very dire. And again, for those of us tuning in, we do have to take a little tech pause. BSU is having like issues with the Riot client and their firewall. So like we've had their players have to disconnect and reconnect so they don't disconnect mid-round. And then their spectators have had to disconnect at halftime so that they can get back in. So this is why we take a little break. We normally don't do these halftime talks. We're kind of into the action, but I guess today we're going a little slow, and it's really, really giving us time. But let's look ahead. You have Miami taking on Buffalo in both League of Legends and in Valorant. We'll be taking them on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. here on Miami University, twitch.tv/Miami University. That will be a great game to look to. Buffalo is really not what they used to be. They used to be a powerhouse, and they're currently, I think, 1-3, maybe 0-4. I think 1-3 at least. So that's gonna be another game that Miami can definitely win there and kind of continue to try and scrape together a LAN appearance here. But it's going to be, you're kind of digging your own grave, and you have to dig yourself out of it. The more matches you lose, especially since you started 0-3, you really need to kind of kick it into gear here if you want to try to get to that LAN.
Right. And, you know, winning against those lower end teams is what it's going to take to get there. You want to win these winnable games. You know, obviously today, BSU was, you know, on the harder side of trying to win. Obviously, it's not looking the best. But that's what it's going to take to make LAN. We're going to go ahead here, and it looks like Miami is going to try to push B here. It looks like BSU is not making the right read here. They have 3 on A, but it looks like Yoru is now going to send his TP towards B. Again, that teleport. That's why it's so good, is obviously he's just going to be able to rotate straight over. Again, another man straight onto B here.
Bomb buddy out.
And here it is. The bomb buddy is going to go out, see if it can try to find anything. It does. And it looks like Grim is going to back off here. And here comes the team.
And you can already see Yoru is already up in alley. The flank ability from BSU is so crucial. They know Miami really can't cover the flanks, and no one is there. Both Fade and Yoru are there. They do hear it now, but look how much space Miami has to work with. They barely have anything. River being left on 1 HP is going to get taken out by Rebo. Evan's able to find Grim here. They're able to find some sort of space. Trae's going out 2v2, 1v2. BSU takes the round in a quick, dominant fashion, but again, BSU had so many people coming from mid, CT, and flank that the Miami just felt compressed on site, and it is match point already, 12-1 BSU.
Right, you know, honestly, at first there, it didn't seem bad for Miami. They got on, they got a pick, blocked off back B there, so they couldn't rotate on, but again, just the Yoru teleporting, getting into a better position. Viper, it was just total domination. Like you said, they were coming from everywhere. They didn't really know what to do. They did not hold an angle. They were just all discombobulated. They really didn't know what to do.
And by the time they realized that 2 were on the flank, that smoke was not stopping them, and they all contained on the site here. Final round possibly for Miami. They have to throw everything against the wall here. Can they find something? Phoebus is going to hook. Is he able to find a hook? No, 1-for-1 trade. Dab's able to find River able to find Phoebus here. Gav's going to have to back off. Miami is going to have the plant down. Right now, it's going to be a very, very quick rotate here. You can already see Viper and Raze kind of already pinching, and Miami's bound to the back corner of the site. Modi's going to get taken down by Grim here. Dave's going to get taken out. Salmon's able to find 2. Evan's able to find another one. It is a 3v1 all of a sudden with a judge. What a turn of events. Great shots there from Miami. And the round really slows down here. Miami might be grasping on the life, but it looks like they're going to try to take this to another round. They'll say we're not being 13-1 again. Have to take another round on them. Rivers able to find Grim. 12-2. Possible life still clinging into Miami's hands right now.
Well, there you go. I mean, now, you know, you have to win 10 here, but again, you're showing signs of life. This is good. Again, I think what they did well there is they played aggressive. They got picks. Obviously, you know, I don't really know if BSU was completely ready. They had 2 judge. I thought that was interesting from what they were playing. Some of them were playing close. Some of them were not. But it looks like Miami is going to go ahead and go A again here. And I'm kind of curious to see if they'll go in hot or if they'll kind of play this slow here. Looks like the Sky Flash is going to go out. Gav is going to get the early pick on Suh here. Here comes another bird. Not getting the flash on anything. Trying to spray through the wall here. Again, looks like they're going to try to... Gav's going to miss the shot. They know multiple are there. At this point, where do you go?
You also have to look. BSU is already 2 in T, actually. They already have such an aggressive flank. They have to be aware that BSU can be on this flank here, and they're going to pinch and realize that they're not there. They have so much map control that they realize, hey, they're not there anymore. They have to be rotating. We have so much space. Let's rotate over. Let's already cut off all their rotates here. Even though BSU has the gun superiority here, are they going to realize that someone's on the flank? Fight's going to go off. Samuel's going to find Grim. Rebo's able to find Samuel. And Miami really contained into nothing here. Evan's going to find Gav here. Are they going to realize that Viper is close? And really, they have to take more space here. This round really slowing down. Evan kind of playing this judge here. Are they going to realize? Swing going to go out. Angle advantage for Phoebus. Evan gets taken down with the judge. 2v2. 3v2, actually. Round's going to swing out. Rivers able to find one. Rivers able to find another one. Round trades go out. Miami clinging on to life is able to find another one. 3-12. Miami still in this fight.
There you go. Showing signs of life again. Showing that, you know, we're not going to just give up that easily. It was good to rotate there through mid to go to B, take the site. That was good. Again, you're seeing signs of life here. Now you got guns. Modi is going to go ahead and continue with the Guardian here. So we'll see. This is interesting. Looks like everyone on BSU is going to have light shields. I find that kind of interesting. But it looks like it is going to be a B push here. Let's see if they play it fast.
I think you kind of have to. Get that spike down, get it started, and try to find something. Law's going to get tagged here. He's able... Grim's able to find one. Law's able to find another one. Grim's able to find a second. And it crumbles for Miami. BSU able to hold down sight, and Miami's life is slowly slipping from its hands. What do you have, Miami? One's going to go out. One's going to be found. Another one's not going to get found. 13-3 is your final score here. BSU cleans out Miami. And that's all she wrote for today. Miami's going to fall to 1-4 as Ball State improves to 5-1. There's not really much to talk about that we've talked about. Any final parting words here?
No, I would kind of like to look at the stats here because all of them were above positive. Obviously is really good, but you know they played as a unit, and you know I think we said that earlier. Is playing as a unit in this game works very well. You know, you looked how they would get the trades almost every gunfight. In some cases, they did not, taking some dumb gunfights there, leaving the Viper all alone. But yeah, as you can see here, you're looking at Rebo with the first kills, 3. Again, they just played this so well. It was crazy.
This is just absolute dominance by BSU. They made a statement to the rest of the ESC right here, like, hey, we're here to play, and you have to be scared of us. But let's look at the positives here for Miami. They showed flashes of good. They showed that, hey, we can still compete even though we are down to our last leg here. But it's not enough. And they get steamrolled here. And it's just unfortunate. You kind of got to go back to the drawing board and look at what went wrong here. What are we not doing here as a team that really, really showed? But that's really all I have for us today.
Yeah.
That is a quick one for us. That is 13-3 for Ball State and a 13-1 here. And that's all she wrote today. But do not actually go somewhere. We have no more Valorant here today. We will be back on Monday. We also have high schoolers coming in for ESO. If you want to tune into that, we will be hosting a high school showing off the best future talent here as they take on in Valorant, Overwatch, Rocket League, and Smash. They'll be competing here for a chance to go to state. We'll be hosting it here. But as for Miami, we will be back on Monday against Buffalo and some League of Legends. But that's all for us today. Any parting words?
Nah, it's just everybody. Thanks for watching. It was a rough one today, but be back Tuesday for Valorant against Buffalo. The team will be back. I'm hoping that the morale will still be high. Hopefully,
I hope so.
Hopefully, but that's all I have.
That's all she wrote today. We will have a great rest of your night. You guys have a great rest of your night. Good night.